Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. This is Elle, and this is What's Your Inspiration. And on this channel, we talk about personal development, accountability, and having healthy relationships with yourself and with others. And today, I'm going to get into talking about 10 manipulation techniques that can sneak into your relationships. And this is any type of relationship: romantic, platonic, family, even professional. And also, I'm going to tell you how to recognize them before they start to chip away at your self esteem. So, I'm going to jump right into it. And number one would be gaslighting. And gaslighting is when someone makes you doubt your reality. So you may hear phrases like "you're too sensitive" or "that never happened." And over time, you start to question your memory, your instincts, even your sanity. And the red flag of it is if you consistently feel confused or like you're overreacting, pause and trust your gut. And you want to document situations to remind yourself of what really happened. And the documentation can be done in a work relationship or even, I would say, a romantic relationship if you're married, or even if you're not married. But if you're married, and you may need to show it to a lawyer or someone if you're in the process of getting divorced, or if you're headed that way thinking about that, or even if you're gonna go to therapy with your partner and you just like want some proof of what's actually been going on. The documentation would be helpful. And the second technique would be if you feel like you're being guilt tripped. So, manipulators love using guilt to control people. They might say things like, after everything I've done for you, or if you really love me, you'll do this. So you want to note that love is not debt, it's not transactional. So you want to watch for emotional blackmail disguised as affection or loyalty. And number three would be the silent treatment. So the silent treatment isn't just about needing space, it's a form of emotional punishment. It's used to control by withdrawal and making you feel anxious and desperate for reconnection. So, healthy communication doesn't shut you out, it leans in. Um, I just want to add with the silent treatment. I would say, just from my own personal experience, that I do tend to shut down. So I guess you can call that giving someone the silent treatment. A lot of the times it's because I don't want to say the wrong thing, and I know sometimes I can say the wrong thing out of anger. But also, the silent treatment can be a way to, I guess it would be the same thing, to prevent yourself from going further into an argument or making the situation worse. Only thing that I would add to that is that you let the person know that you don't want to talk. So instead of just shutting down and not saying anything, I would suggest that you tell the person, I don't want to talk about this right now. We could talk in a few hours, or we could talk tomorrow, or it might not even be that long. Like, give me 10 minutes, let me go clear my head, and I'll be right back. But you just want to communicate to the person or people that you're not ready to have this conversation, but you will be at another time, and let them know when you'll be ready to talk. So number four, it would be love bombing. And love bombing is like, at first it feels amazing, consistent compliments, gifts, attention. But love bombing is often used to create quick attachment. So once you're hooked, the manipulation begins. So what you want to watch out for is the intensity without true intimacy. So a real connection takes time. So an example I could think of with that is like taking it to that level too soon. I know people are adults and people do one night stands, and if that's what you're looking for, then I would say go for it. However, if you're looking for a relationship, you want to have something meaningful, I would say take your time and wait. Don't just do the do just because you guys have this attraction towards each other. You kind of want to take your time and see who the person is that you're actually with, if they are a person that you actually want to be with, and that they're being honest and transparent with you. And number 5 would be triangulation. So triangulation, this one is sneaky. It's basically them bringing in a third person into the dynamic to make you feel jealous, insecure, or like you're not enough. So, for example, well, so and so never had a problem with me doing this. Like, they'll bring up something that they did with an ex, and they would tell you that that person never had a problem with you doing that. That's an example of triangulation. So you want to remember that healthy relationships don't use comparisons as weapons. And that's something good to remember. And number 6 is blame shifting. So this is like they would say to you, no matter what happens, it's always your fault. Like, they never take responsibility even when they hurt you. Somehow you're the reason that they reacted the way they did. So you want to remember that mature partners own their actions and apologize without conditions. And number 7 is playing the victim. So manipulators will flip the script and make themselves the victim even when they're the one causing harm. This tactic derails conversation and makes you feel guilty for setting boundaries. So a good tip is to remember that you're allowed to hold someone accountable even if they're going through something. A lot of people like to use life situations, and it might not even be as serious as them being ill or a parent being ill. It can just be something like they had a bad day, or had a bad day at work, or they had to sit in traffic. Don't and I've heard a lot of people say, and I've even done it myself, where I've thought I was being graceful towards someone because I knew that they were going through something. However, they they didn't look at it that way. So, I mean, it's okay to hold people accountable even when they're going through something. Just, I would say, you don't want to maybe pile it on that day if they did have something go on that day, or maybe just not at that hour, maybe a couple of hours later, maybe the next day, but you definitely want to address it. Don't let it go. Number 8 would be withholding. So they would withhold affection, attention, support, even basic communication as a form of punishment, to control you. And this creates a cycle of you working harder just to feel safe or loved again. So, you want to remember that love should not be conditional. You don't have to earn it by tolerating mistreatment. And number 9 is moving the goalposts. So if you ever felt like no matter what you do, it's never enough, that's because the goalpost keeps moving. What made them happy yesterday won't satisfy them today. So you want to, if you start seeing signs like you're consistently drained, hustling for approval that you don't get, you want to take a step back and stop doing what you were doing. And number 10, you want to minimize or dismiss your feelings. So an example of that is when you express hurt or confusion, they brush it off. and they tell you that you're overthinking or it wasn't that serious, this invalidates your experience and it makes you less likely to speak up again. So you want to remember your feelings are valid and you deserve to be heard and supported. So I just want to be clear that manipulation can be subtle and sometimes it's a learned behavior, but that doesn't make it okay. Awareness is the first step of breaking this cycle. And if you recognize any of these signs in your relationships, don't panic. It doesn't mean the relationship can't heal, but it does mean boundaries and honest conversations are needed. And sometimes it means walking away to protect your peace. So if you felt like this helped you or you know someone that it can help, leave subscribe to the channel and leave a like, and also leave a comment in the comments and let me know if any of these resonated with you, and share with me like a time that you had to basically check someone, set boundaries, or which one of these tips resonated with you. And if you need help navigating these situations, consider working with a therapist or come back and watch my channel. I have a lot of great